Okay, good morning, YouTubers. I'm back. I wanted to do a video, just a short video on my 2015 365 Days in the Life of a Journal. If you've been following my channel, you've probably seen the development of this journal over my previous videos from last year. And also, you know that I have a tendency to do these journals yearly. Now, in the past, I haven't always done them consistently. Like, I'd work on them and then not work on them, and then a couple months later, catch up and work on them. And so a few years ago, I really challenged myself to do something daily. I started off kind of doing it weekly. And then I challenged myself just to do something every day. I'm a working artist. I enjoy my work. I enjoy what I do. But like anyone or any profession, I can get in a slump. I can not have a lot of inspiration. I can go a few days not doing my craft because maybe I'm so caught up with the other aspects of the business, working with clients or billing or whatever, and when you're a small business, as many of you may know, you wear a lot of hats. So I started these journals because I felt that even though I may be doing other things and other aspects of my business, that it was still important for me to do my art every day, regardless, because that's where my passion is, that's my love, and that's what my whole business is about anyway. So I started doing these journals, and so last year I chose to do this format, which was I took one of these. I have a tendency, they're getting smaller and smaller. My first one, which I don't have here in the studio to show you, was maybe twice the size of this. And it was a larger planner. And I had the idea, well, I have a large planner, and if I do my work in the planner, then it's all right there. And that worked well, actually. But it was still kind of a lot to carry around, so I only did it when it was on my desk in my studio. It wasn't as easy for me to take it with me when I was out and about. So I got the smaller journal, and this one is 8 by like 5, yeah, 5 by 8. So this is like small one. I thought, okay, this is good. This is smaller, and I'll be able to get my work done in this. So I bought 2 of them. So I got 2 of these. These are the Artist Loft journals that Michaels carries. So I've got 2 of these because there were 110 pages in them. So I figured front and back, that would give me 420. So this book still had a few pages left at the end when I completed my last day. This was my first one for the year, so it's completely full. So I started off with this one, and it was a journal like that. And I'm really trying to figure out how I'm going to finish the binding of it. I know I'm going to wrap it with the leather, but I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to attach the journal. I wanted to finish this one before I did the binding on them. So now that this is done, and you can see here, I took the original cover, I took off. This is the original outside boards, because as the journal got larger, of course it expanded. I knew it was going to do that. And it just didn't stay flat any longer, but that's okay, because I'm a bookbinder anyway, and I like to kind of personalize it. So now that I'm done, the last pages that weren't used, which were these right here, I'm going to end up taking these out of the book. So I'm just left with what I actually applied, collaging and painting and what have you too. So as you can see, it's a pretty, I got a lot of collages, I just worked a lot of techniques. I'll just do a little quick flip. There's writing on prints. This is a mono print, or not a mono print. This is a etching, a photo etching that I did. Lots of old ephemera, different collage papers, printed, painted papers, just all kind of different techniques. Some magazine cutouts, National Geo, different fold outs, flips, just playing with different ideas. This is my Rorschach. I love those. So that was actually a little angel. And what was so neat about it, I did this and I did the Rorschach, and then I was a little angel. Oh my God, so cute. I have a little angel that sort of popped up. Angel wings. I wrote angel on it and put it in my journal, love. And it so happens that it was on 2/18/2015. And February 18th is my youngest daughter's birthday. And she's really sweet. She's such an angel. So I thought that was like, when I look back, oh, actually my oldest son was looking at the book and he brought it to my attention. He said, Mom, did you realize that you did that on Zion's birthday? And I looked back at it and I thought, no, I didn't. It didn't even hit me that I had done it the day that I was working on it. It's funny. So, like you have sort of spontaneous, but I think almost intuitive journaling that happens. And then this is where I was sewing some different prints together. So I was kind of in this space of sewing stuff and then putting it in the book. Working with Mylar overlays on my work. I kind of came across that and I really, this one I think I glued down, but that's Mylar. So I discovered that in this journaling thing. I don't know, I didn't think about using it like that before. And now it's found its way into more of my work, into my larger artwork. So this is actually glue gun, a glue gun circle that I'd made and smashed it. And then I spray painted it with gold spray paint. So this is really dimensional. And then this is some of the paper that I spray painted on and put some of my text on it. So these are all jelly prints. I was kind of playing with doing jelly prints right into the book. This is with an overlay and another one of the Mylar. So anyway, I mean, you can see it's quite a bit. This is a pocket that I made using this is all just, this is another, these are some more mono prints that I did. So sometimes I was working right in the book. Other times I was working, off the book and then gluing it in. This is more this is jelly printing on here with writing and drawings on the plate and then transferred as a monoprint. So anyway, going through, we go all the way through. And so this ended in July. I finished this one in, I think it was July, when this was done. And then I moved into this book. So that took me through, so if it's 110 pages in there, that was 220 days. And the last 145 days are in this book here. So the same thing. I just kind of continued the technique, working through different ideas, mono printing, working with different colors and themes and just whatever, kind of, no, like I've said before, there's no rhyme or reason. I just get in and I do something. Sometimes I take 2 days and treat it as a spread. This was September 29th and 30th. I put this little note in here because I didn't always put the date on the pages, but I'm going to go back and date them all when I put them into the final binding. So anyway, this kind of is like just a flip for you guys to see. It doesn't have to be anything special. This is using an old tea bag here. One of the giant ones with a mono print. And here's another Rorschach. So yeah. So anyway, this is now completed for the year. So this is 365 days. And I'm going to now sort of figure out how I'm going to, so right now I just took some really pretty supple leather, and I cut it to the height of this book. So what I'm gonna probably do is put a nice heavyweight printmaker's paper and glue it all the way around this binding. I'm still working the binding to get it flatter. I have my bookbinder's hammer, and right now I'm hammering it and flattening it, getting it right. And then I will glue the whole unit in, and so it'll actually have a flap like this, because I wanted to have these is to store them, just an old world, you know me, I like the old world feel, just like a satchel, something that apparently looks like I traveled all year with it. I put a lot of my ideas and inspiration. So I'll have 2 of these leather bound babies for 2015. And for those of you who have been looking at the channel, you know that now for this year, I'm using what I call Dory, and I've gotten smaller. It's still about 8.5. So this is 8. So this is about 9. So I'm a little taller, but I'm narrow. I made it a bit thinner. So I took off about 1 inch this way in my journaling. And I'm doing it now inside of my art Dory so that it's a section like this. So this whole section, what you can see is on, if you can see it, it's on elastic. Let me see. See, it's on the elastic there. So when I'm done, I'll take this out and put, so this is 30 days. So this is for January. This is January. So when January is done, I'm on day 10, getting ready to do day 11. So when January is complete, I'll take this book out and I'll put another one in, another insert in for February that will have 30 pages. And so I'll end up with 12 of these versus 2 of these like last year. And I'll put the month and everything on each of these. And that way, I'm trying it this way because I wanted to make it even more compact, more that I would carry it, keep it with me all the time. I really did a good job of keeping these with me, but this is even better because this fits in my purse. It won't get bulky at the end of the year. I won't have like a big thing like this I'm carrying around, but I'll have still be this size, but I'll have 12 of them by December of 2016. And then they'll all get bound together into a single book or filed together in a box or something that I make. I haven't decided that part yet. And I just put these in my journal. These are the brass tabs by Midori Traveler's Notebook. They make these. I ordered these offline, and I love them because these little tabs, they're just little brass tabs. They slide onto your insert. So this one is my list remplis, which is what my word for the year is, remplis, which is fulfilling promises, which is fulfilling promises made to self. It's French because I was talking to my youngest daughter and I was talking about my word for the day, for the year, and I was telling her that I just want to fulfill a lot of projects and bring a number of things I'm doing to that next level for me of productivity. And so she said, Mom, it sounds like fulfillment. You want to fulfill? And I said, yeah, I do. I like that word, but in English it was like a little stale. So in French it's remplis. So I call it my list of remplis. So in this journal are all the things that I'm working on that I'm putting in here, that it's about notes and things that are on my list, fulfilling to myself, okay? This right here is my Art Dory. So of course this is all of my journaling. And this last tab back right here is my liste de sceaux, which is bucket list. These are all the things I want to get done this year or next year, the year after, but I really don't like the word bucket list. It sounds like you're kicking the bucket, or it sounds like you're trying to get something done before an end that you're planning. Like you're planning the end to come. Like we all know it's going to come, but I don't really want to plan for it. So I like the idea of keeping a list of all the things I want to do moving forward in my life. So once again, to me, everything sounds better in French. So in French, it's liste de sous. So that's what please pardon me for all those French speakers out there, because my accent is not that great, but I love France. I've spent a lot of time there, and I love the culture. I love the language. And so please pardon me as a lover of your culture, even though I may sort of butcher the language sometimes. It's not my intention. Okay, so thanks again. So this is this year's version of this. I will come back and do another video once I figured out exactly how I'm going to bind it. I may even bind one and then do a tutorial on how to bind the other one for those of you who may want to do the same, because you probably have tons of these sort of black notebooks laying around, but you may want to make them look prettier or just a little bit more customized, and I will show you how to do that. So I'll make sure when I get this one done, I'll come back and do a tutorial on how to do this one. In the meantime, let's keep our daily journaling going, or anything that you love doing, whatever your passion is. Just be encouraged to figure out a way to do it daily. If you have a question, because I do creativity coaching, I have a blog called Your Creativity Coach by Robin McClendon. It's .wordpress.com, and I do a lot of inspiration over there. But my big thing over the years has been to help people get to their passions. So if you're doing something you can't quite figure out how to get it going, or if you stumble along the way, or you're stumped, just leave me a comment below, and I'll try my best to answer, or maybe give you some ideas, because I've worked with hundreds of people over the last 30 years. I've worked with students. I've taught in the university system, the Smithsonian. So I've come across a lot of different people with passions. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. In the meantime, please like and subscribe this channel, and so I can, be able to keep you updated on my latest videos. All right, YouTube, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time to view this video. Hope you got something out of it, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time. All right, bye from Robin.